Yeah, good evening and welcome everyone. Yeah, can I request to put your videos on so that we can interact better? So good evening everyone. Can I see my team members? Please unmute everyone. कौन है श्रुतिका गायत्री?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
So very happy to be amongst all chemistry colleagues here.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Yeah. Hi, I can see Sonia, Narendrajit, Sarita वगैरह कहाँ है? Are they yet joining? Can you?
Ma'am, she has joined.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am है participants में.
Yeah, hi Sarita. And what about Reena Jain? Sharda? Others?
Sharda ma'am hasn't joined.
Yeah.
Veena ma'am also hasn't joined.
Okay. एक बार उसमें ग्रुप में जरा टेक्स्ट डाल दे सोनिया.
ठीक है मैडम.
मे बी वो लिंक कई बार वो मैंने भी दूसरे में ज्वाइन कर लिया था.
Good evening, Vimal ma'am. Vinita here.
हाँ, Vinita is there.
Ma'am, 6 o'clock we were having another meeting for our event, so we have split our work. I am here, she's there in another one.
अच्छा, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Chalo,
Regarding the Saturday's event.
Fine. Some of you are there, so good. And before I start, let me just check out on Bakshi sir is there. No, I can't see him. So maybe some of you just keep a watch when sir join, you can tell me, huh? So I think let's get started. So first of all, I would like to convey thanks to all of you for participating in this meeting. Especially this is focused on starting again a very important group activity at the national level, where we will be developing teachers e-kit in chemistry. We already have done some work, and there I would like to acknowledge contribution of all those who have contributed as authors, co-authors, and especially Professor Sarita Pasi from Zakir Hussain College, Professor Sonia, Sharda Pasrija, Professor Sharda from Venkateshwara College, and many others who have taken a lead to contribute tremendously around this concept. So very briefly, maybe if some of you are new to this, I will just take around 10 minutes to run you through why there is a need and how it can help the entire country's education system in a small part of chemistry. But this teacher C-kit is actually a bigger idea for all the subjects. So let me just go through, but myself being a chemistry person, we are actively taking this further. So I welcome you on behalf of Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center. It is a center of Ministry of Education under Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Nation Mission on Teachers and Teaching. Situated at my own premier institution, Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, University of Delhi, I welcome you on behalf of University of Delhi and my college. And one of the main objectives when we applied in this scheme to get the center was that apart from the training workshops and other programs for teachers, we will be developing some open educational resources. Which form, it was not clear, but then after a year, we evolved this as Teachers E-Kit. So Teacher E-Kit is a mandate and it was approved by Ministry of Education and we upload it on the NMTT portal. I'll be telling you the details of that. But as you know, GAD-TLC is working on strengthening the teaching learning processes and the teacher's quality, but all that will happen if we are regularly involved in continuous upgradation of ourselves in three broader areas. One is the subject, which we don't touch because you have traversed through various stages in your subject. But then subject becomes important as we keep on furthering in our teaching career and also contributing in developing some study material. So that is automatically getting strengthened. Apart from that, the pedagogies of blended learning, online teaching learning is something which is new to the system and that requires the knowledge of technical tools also. So we are doing rigorous programs on those. And also there are so many policy changes which are happening. New frameworks are coming. You must be aware about the National Credit Framework just a week back, which has been rolled out and it is yet to be implemented everywhere. So in all that spirit, there will be a continuous reform in terms of the curriculum, in terms of the teaching learning processes, and in terms of the assessment. They all will go hand in hand. So when we talk about Teacher C-Kit, it is nothing but, I will say, it is a 4-quadrant approach for development of open educational resources for higher education. MOOCs are a reality now, but how they have to be integrated. So any of the colleagues who are interested in MOOCs or other, there also this 4-quadrant is there. Fully online programs are there. The MOOCs can be adopted by universities up to 40% credit, but how it has to be structured, unless or until we start working in these at the ground level, we cannot really think about how it can be implemented. CBCS is there, but what type of courses? So here, even we will like to see the Teacher C-Kit for the newly introduced courses, which can be offered as options or electives. If they are there, then they can also be taken into consideration while making the Teacher C-Kit. Also, fully online courses are there. Here also, the structured content development is required. And National Education Policy clearly emphasizes on the role of technology in teaching, learning, and other processes in education system. And it also highlights the emphasis of teachers to become better teachers in online classroom, learner-centric pedagogies, and the teacher's role in facilitating active student engagement, not only with the content, but with each other. So the content word is now getting everywhere, and this content has to be digital content. So what we now see a road ahead for all of us is that we have to start adopting the blended teaching learning. And around that, how we can do the integration of both some small online courses, some add-on courses, how the assessments have to be continuous. There is more emphasis and weightage on formative assessment, which has been laid down in NEP 2020. Now, if a teacher has to do more number of assessments, they have to be scientific, they have to be technology driven. Otherwise, again, it will be like, okay, I'm not able to complete my syllabus. How will I take so many assignments and so on? And then periodic review. So under this, this is our image that which is a part of a published document, myself and Professor Bakshi, where we have talked about that on moving from traditional model to the flipped model in blended learning, we need to actively work around moving from one teacher to one teacher plus content. So with the content, actually many teachers come. And in that, we will be able to shift from rote learning to active learning, from more of teacher-centric model to the learner-centric model. And with the help of educational objectives as defined in the Bloom's taxonomy, the 6 levels of learning. Right now, we are juggling and struggle that how do we now move from remember, understand, and to some extent apply also we have reached. But how do we take our education system from this to analyze, evaluate, and create, which are the higher order thinking skills? So in the routine way, when we are doing, then we are just stuck up in the in class, we are focusing on remembering and understanding. We introduce the new concept, we explain it, and then we give homework of applying. Analyze, evaluation, create is somewhere missing out because that requires experiential learning. So now if we have to move to the flipped model where outside the class, we can give them teacher guided self-learn e-content, which can be video lecture, we can be MOOCs, they can be other open educational resource. And then in class, we have discussions around that to make that concept more clear. Focus on problem solving, critical thinking, innovation, creativity, and some activities which have to be done inside. But my humble question is, who in each subject will give those samples and examples? We have created some, but then it's a sea of change which needs to be created in every subject, in every small topic. And around that is the teacher's e-kit, that if you try fitting in the templates which have been designed to meet this purpose, that not only the creator who will explore and search and see in terms of what all can be implemented, it will be a guiding tool to other teachers that taking this reference, you go through this particular module, there are questions, there are activities. Now you try to put it in place in implementation in your classroom. That is the bigger idea that we had started, and now we are taking it in active mode at the ground level implementation. So here I request each one of you that for going ahead in this direction, we have to do it as a group activity and a continuous one. Coming 2 months, 3 months, we will be having comparatively better time as compared to our teaching assignments. We will be reducing now due to holidays. So I am sure that you'll be finding time and then trying to create this 4-quadrant open education resource. This 4-quadrant model in detail, I talk about in terms of the EPG Pathshala sample that we have created more than 3,500 modules just in EPG Pathshala project across 6 subjects, 89 courses. And then also on MOOCs on SWAYAM also, there is a 4-quadrant model. So we should be understanding these in detail. And also the teachers e-kit, which has taken shape of teachers e-kit 2.0, because almost in 2017, and when I started with this teachers e-kit, it was that we will make some PPT, the teacher's manual will be there, questions will be there, where assignment part, and the teachers know more. But then as we moved further, the comfort level of technology of teachers is also becoming better. And here I will request that work in teams. There will be some person in your team as author or co-author who will be good in subject, that will definitely require more expertise, experience in terms of teaching that very particular topic. And there will be some who will be more inclined towards comfortable towards use of technology. So with that amalgamation, now it is getting started that if you have to implement a flipped classroom, then 10 to 15 minutes video along with the PPT is one of the requirement, which can be done there's no need of any professional setup, only your laptop and a good quality mic input, which you can add up, or most of the laptops are having it inbuilt. Along with that, a teacher's manual where the template is there, and teacher's assignment that for that very particular topic, what questions of Bloom's level, lower order thinking skill or higher order thinking skill, difficulty level, there are different tagging parameters. And then what are the teachers know more, some common misconceptions, some interesting facts, some activities which can be done, some case studies which can be done, which can be then correlated with the outcome-based education also, which is again being emphasized so much. So when we are starting that every teacher will require digital content, but then can we not do it as a group activity rather than I developing the entire paper and so many teachers having the same paper, they're all developing same paper again and again, and they're like stuck up that, okay, we are not finding time to move further now. So can we do it as a rigorous activity that one paper as a group of 4 or 5 teachers we can take, complete that, and not only this group use, all others can use this concept. So that is what is the teacher's e-kit concept, which I'll request all of you to be participating. There may be a question in mind, where will the ready teacher's e-kit be uploaded and can be accessed from? Let me share you. In chemistry, we have already done some work. More details, Professor Sarita will be sharing. All these teachers, the backend drive of our center. So when you go to this portal, let me just put it down here. Yeah. So this is the www.nmtt.gov.in portal. And here, when you scroll down, you will find the resources produced section. So there is a segment which is Teaching Learning Center. There are 25 teaching learning centers allocated. Look into details. So teaching learning centers had the mandate of doing this open educational resource production as well. So we have picked it from the policy document and then restructured, put it in a better way. And this was accepted by ministry as a 4-quadrant approach. And further, when you click on this, you will reach to this place and you click on then the number 240 on the fine. You will be getting details of all the teachers e-kit which have been developed till now. If you want, you can give your input also, that how we can further modify. And here total content you can see 4 each, somewhere 8 because there'll be maybe part 1, part 2. So that's how it has been structured. And what are the academic incentives? There are now, as per CAS 2018 onwards, and as well as for UGC and AICTE regulation, you see, apart from research paper contribution, apart from books publication, chapter publication, their translation, now this very important third parameter has been introduced, which talks about entire MOOCs, development of new curricula courses, which are technology-driven ICT, innovative pedagogies, and e-content. So e-content, it is 5 API, provided it is developed in a 4-quadrant format. So we will be giving you proper certification once this entire course. We will not be handling module-wise. So I have requested all my dear colleagues from Delhi University and many others also. I think Professor Sujan, you are also there. She's from St. John's, Agra. We have Dr. Narendrajit Kaur from Ludhiana, KMV, who are very active chemistry colleagues. And we decided that, okay, let us take it further in a more structured way, because every paper, you can form a group and they can be like inorganic, organic, physical part, who is doing what, so that there is no duplication of efforts, but till we are also able to make it informed. And before we go into the discussion of the chemistry part, I will also tell that anyone who is who wants to contribute in this, there is a prior, because this is a concept which is not existing anywhere that you can read, and this is something which I have evolved. So in this, we keep on conducting FDPs on MOOCs and e-content development on regular time. But over the last year, we have improved it quite a lot. So what my requirement is that all the authors who are contributing in this, they should be attending the FDP on MOOCs and e-content development. Either they must have done it on the December 2020, we had conducted 1-week FDP, or this one, which we are starting from day after tomorrow, that is 29th April. And if you're already committed somewhere on this, doesn't matter, you just register for this. We will put you on board. You can self-learn on your own. There will be recorded videos which will be explaining on entire development, that how the templates have to be used, what all have to be filled up. This will be subject neutral, because it will be catering to all subject teachers. But then we will take it further with chemistry meetings in regular manner, where how it can be now taken into different physical, organic, inorganic case. Also, here we talk about that if you are to use some tools, the tools required will be that, okay, you'll have to give a proper formatted document. So what all will be required there? You have to also give us a PPT. So what all will be required to make a good quality PPT? And using that, you can do the screen capture video and give us a video which is for flipped classroom video of 10 to 15 minutes. Along with that, how the questions have to be related to the Bloom's taxonomy. So what is the Bloom's taxonomy? How you can integrate them? And then what are the no more, where you can search about some activities, and what all you have to look and compile them when you prepare these teachers e-kit. So those who have already done FDP on MOOCs and e-content development from GAD-TLC, not any other center, because this is a unique methodology of ours. And we'll be asking your the unique certificate code. If you have done it prior, then we have all the data. So that has to be provided. And if you have not done, please, you can register it. And if you have, Dr. Shireen, yes, if you have done, we will have the data. But the more idea is you should be understanding that what all is there. And rather, who have done the earlier programs, we will also enroll them in this particular one, so that they can, without registration for them. So once you have done to do either from the last December or this one, and then we will be, so that the concept is clear, what we mean by these different templates, what is the 4-quadrant approach, what all has to be added, and then it will be taken further. So those who have not yet done registration, please spread the message further. And after this FDP, we will be having continuous meeting, which will be taken further by my all colleagues who have volunteered to take this activity further. I'm so thankful to them. And if you think that you have want your institution, here comes a different aspect now. In your institution level, like many institutions, around 7 have already come forward for this, including Sri Venkateshwara College, which actually pushed me to start this, although I was planning slightly late that yes, we'll be doing. But here, the idea is that you can have for all subject for your institution, and these teacher kit, you can also put it at your institutional level. That yes, our teachers have prepared all these things, and sometimes as individual level, it may be not be possible to do that work. So that becomes a one step further. So here, many private institutions and universities are approaching, and already some are on board, and we will be guiding them that yes, once you prepare this effort, which will be also, if you look in NAG, there's also something called as lesson plan. So if you compile, keep the video separate and compile all the 3 other quadrants, you get the lesson plan. Is slightly do the tweaking. That also I will be telling how you can go about that. And that can also be used so that you have the teacher kit in terms of the publication point of 4 quadrant. And then you also are getting prepared for a better, more structured documents in terms of the teaching learning resources which can be provided to your students. So once you prepare this teachers e-kit, there can be a student's version coming out from that. So that is something which will be unique in this particular FDP I'll be adding, which I have not worked earlier. And because every day we are also learning, looking at the requirements of institution. So that part also we will tell you that how it can be then put up into the lesson plan, and then they also can be put up on your institutional website. So those still till tomorrow or day after tomorrow will be open. If you can talk to your institution, those who are willing to take it really on a serious note, we will be continuously taking your inputs and keep on improving and guiding you that how it can be done in a more structured format, so that we all help each other in terms of preparing these resources. And the others also will come to know, okay, this particular institution has, and they can also take it, because that will be all, this is all open educational resources. So whether it has been prepared by XYZ, then all of us can benefit from these resources, because that's the idea that we have to be taking, because a group effort will be always a better one as compared to the individual ones. And there are so many teachers who may not be knowing about how the digital content has to be created. So that's where I think we can try to help other teachers as well in this direction and take their. I actually wanted that we can have some continuous mechanism where we keep on giving. And now I'm really working on that how each and every these teachers seek it. There can be different ways it can be put up on multiple portals. My class also I have talked where they can put up, and where there can be suggestions also coming that yes, this is something which can be added further, or this is something, if there is some slight error also, that can be enhanced and improved upon in next phase. So it has to be continuous process in that spirit. Those who are not yet connected to our GAD Telegram link, you can join that, and any queries you can put up on my office number, which is given here. So with this now, let me call upon, first of all, Professor Sarita Pasi, who is professor in Zakir Hussain College and a very dear chemistry colleague who has been actively working with us on taking this further along with, yeah, I can see Professor Bakshi sir also. Good evening, sir. Welcome. So before her, yeah, please, I will request you to say a few words, and then, yeah, we'll take it.
I am already attending it. So let Sarita go ahead. I will see something later on if I have to add something.
Okay, so over to you, Sarita, for how we plan to take it further for chemistry. And I think Reena Jain is there, and I can see, yeah, many faces. Sorry, Reena Saxena. Professor Reena Saxena, you're there?
Ma'am, she has joined, she's there.
Audio aa rahi hai? So now, actually, Professor Reena Saxena, who is from KMC, Kirorimal College, and Professor Sharda Pasrija, they all three want to take the lead along with many other colleagues. We have Sonia Ratnani, we have Rakhi, you're from Jaipur? So I can see so many familiar faces. So I'll request that if we can form some batches of organic, inorganic, physical, and then मेरे को थोड़ा बख्श दो. I will keep on guiding and take the chemistry baton further. Meanwhile, we can look it for other subjects also. So over to you, Sarita.
Yeah,
take it
so
forward.
we have all contributed a lot earlier. So what I would suggest is that and there has been a question also about formation of groups. So how do you form the groups? So basically, we would like that you have a group of 4 to 5 people, teachers, and it is better if all of them are attending this program, because see, there are a lot of aspects of this program which Professor Vimal will explain in detail. And so it's not that a single person can do, because what we would like is that you prepare one full paper. And we will give you enough time for that. It's not that you have to prepare it in a week or 2 weeks or a month. It is, we will give you some time for that. So for preparing a full paper, it is not possible for one person to do it. Also, we have to see the expertise that each one is good at. So you will use your expertise, because some people can, and more than one can would be contributing towards the content of it. Someone is good in some topics, someone is good in some topics. So we prefer that you choose a paper and topics which you are really good at. And then because what we are trying, that we are building open educational resource, and we want that the best content should go over there. So whatever you're good at, you select that paper. And there are a lot of aspects over here: making assessment questions, putting a video, making a PPT content, and getting additional information. So the work can be divided between the 4 or 5 of you, maybe 6. And then over a period of time, you can create those modules. So what we have, whenever we have done this, we have felt that it has been a very pleasurable journey creating this content, because when we are putting something on an open educational resource, we always make it foolproof. There are nothing, sometimes even while we are saying in a class, we may something which may not be exactly true, but when we are putting it on paper, it is absolutely correct. So we do a lot of research for this. We if there are any myths, we bust those myths and give very interesting information. Now, after you have created that content, you would realize that your actually lectures, the classes that you're taking, also become very interesting, because when you've searched so much, then you naturally give that information to your students. Also, in the current scenario with the NEP, we have less number of classes to cover our course. So this, at that point of time, these resources, open educational resources, become very, very useful for us. So we have to try and use this methodology, classroom methodology here too. And so use that in our class also. So our experience has been that it really works very well. Creating it, for me, it has always been a very pleasurable journey creating the content. The assessment questions also, because creating right assessment questions, I feel, really enhances your knowledge, because the way you put a question, the way you put the various options, for that also you have to be exactly sure what you're putting the options. So therefore, that really enhances the knowledge. So we would really like that, and that is why we want that all the teachers who want to develop this content should be attending this program. So therefore, you can select teachers from here, form a group over here. Supposing you find people who are here, organic people who are willing to develop the same paper. You can choose teachers from here or from your institution, but it is always better if they have attended this program. Otherwise, it is not possible for you to develop this. So we would like that you choose a paper, give us your choice. We will see if it has not been developed, then we will say okay to that. So maybe you can give 1 or 2 choices, and then we will go further with that. So you can make a group from here or from your own institution, but preferably they should all join this program. We have another 2 days yet, so they can register for this and join us. You can watch this at your convenience if right now you don't have the time, but register so that you can watch these programs and understand what you have to do. And later on, what we can do is, once you have given us your paper choices, then we can actually meet again in person also, and review whatever you have done. Supposing you have made one module, we can keep a timeline for that. We can review that, present it so that others also get to see what you have done, take ideas or give ideas, because here we are not getting any awards for the way we are making it. Our purpose is that we make a plan, a lesson, which is the best, one should say, and which everybody would enjoy using it, would benefit from. So that is the purpose of creating that content. So we would really like that you we get together, we go through the content, everybody can give their suggestions, and that content can be improved. And then once you get to know how to go about it, then we can you can do it on your own. So depending upon your wish, we can have a meeting in a physical form where we can discuss these things, and we can subsequently keep on having these meetings. There's no issue about that.
Balki
So
Sarita,
that's
if
what-
physical form se online becomes more convenient.
We can do
Sharp
that. We can do it.
because many colleagues from outside Delhi also will be contributing. So maybe yeah, but Delhi wale ek baar to mil lenge, those who are.
मिल सकते हैं. Well, that is depending upon your choice, what you would like. We can do that.
That is nothing.
So this is all that I have to say. And I think Vinita is raising her hand if she wants to say
Yeah,
something.
Vinita, you want to add?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, Sarita ma'am. I would just like to know that which syllabus should we take as a base, because LOCF is going to fade out soon and NEP is still in the floating stage. So if we have to choose a paper, then what should be the basis of selection?
So
Yeah.
I think right now, yeah, sorry.
I think, yeah, we should prefer NEP.
NEP,
Vinita,
yeah.
and all those new courses which are coming, where teachers are juggling on even the experiments, new experiments are coming. So in chemistry, there are 2 parts of this. There is a theoretical teacher kit, where we talk about how the flipped learning can be implemented. And in experiment, there is a different flavor, that how the safety and environmental friendly greener approaches can be inbuilt into each and every experiment. And for that, if you have an alternative methodology, that also you can show good. And rather, I was thinking, I was discussing with Professor Bakshi sir also, that once we have substantive quantity of these teacher kit coming, we will have regular conferences on this, where you get one more academic incentive in terms of presenting what all activity. So it will be not teaching that, okay, I'm teaching this reaction or this reaction and this mechanism, but then what activities, what is that can be done in classroom by the teacher in terms of integrating and making it outcome-based education. So if they can also be put up, and that can be a proper oral presentation in a conference. So we were thinking for other subjects also, but for chemistry, we can immediately start, because we'll have these coming out very soon. I am sure next 2-3 months, you will be all active and they will be active. Like for one example, I will share, maybe only few of you know, in cosmetic paper, which is floated as a skill enhancement courses, there is an experiment on preparing face powder. Now, syllabus says only this. बच्चों ने मिलाया, ये मिलाया, whatever we tell, करके bye bye. Thought, let's apply it somewhere. So Holi was on the round, and then there's, can we make holy gulal from the face powder? So analyze it from chemist perspective, compare it with what products are there in the market. अब रॉ मटेरियल सस्ता कहाँ से लोगे? अब वो जो केमिकल्स जो लैब में आते हैं वो तो इतने महंगे हैं, उनसे बना के गुलाल बनाओगे तो कोई खरीदेगा नहीं. So they went into all analysis. They formed 3 groups, entire class, and then within 1 week they came out with proper professional packing of gulal. और 2 घंटे में गुलाल बिक गए, and that too with a profit, no investment, and they took it into further. So these type of things, I'm just you all have better ideas and you can start thinking. So syllabus से बाहर real life में क्या apply करें? So when you are making these teacher kit, please don't take the same कि जो उसमें books में available है, या please be innovative, be creative. थोड़ा search करो, and I'm sure the moment you start applying around that topic, around that subject, things will start flowing. I can see Vajanti ma'am. Yeah, good evening,
Yeah,
ma'am. Yeah, good evening.
good evening. So my question is about the FDP. So, this is coming around the time when we are all going to be busy with our practicals and all. You said we could do it at our own leisure. So, how does it work? Because I have not done anything of this kind, where you can do it at your own leisure. I've just attended the full day things.
Okay, I think I have your number, ma'am. My team will guide you.
Acha.
So I'll just sharing your contact with. So you can register, and if we will be putting, we have a learning management system in collaboration.
Acha,
with
you
my
put it
team.
there, and then wait. How
So
much?
we can
What
watch-
will be the maximum time frame within which we'll have to finish it?
I'll be taking it till June, but then the
Till
lesser
June.
time you will have for the preparation of this. So I'll request try to have it in May end.
Okay.
You can
okay.
watch those videos.
Okay,
And then
fine.
you
fine.
can parallelly start.
This time is for the FDP. For the
FDP.
preparation of MOOCs, there will be plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay, and just by attending this FDP, I do teach computer papers and all. I do have some knowledge about PPT and Excel and Word, things like that. So, you think this will be complete in itself, and I'll be able
Yeah,
to
ma'am, we'll
prepare
also
the
tell,
papers in it?
we'll also be telling you the tools which can be used. But I
Okay.
will request that if you can take some junior teacher also along with you. You can work on entire some of the modules, maybe 8 or 10
Yes.
or the entire paper. आप अपनी guidance में तो पूरा paper बनवाइए ना. आपके कॉलेज से आप 3-4 या कॉलेज नहीं तो बाकी जगह भी. What we'll do is we'll float a Google form today. Let us see how many are from organic, inorganic, physical. What all topics they are interested. Let them feed into, and then we will analyze कि उनको कैसे group करके we can take it further.
Okay, and as you said, we should take papers from NEP. So NEP का तो अभी सिर्फ first 2 semesters are clear. So I'd be rather interested in the coming up semesters, just a
नहीं
third,
मैम
fourth.
देखिए कई तो you are
syllabus
experienced now.
clarity.
So whatever are the very important core essentials, they will be continued. Fine.
Okay,
So
okay,
we
yeah,
can pick
yeah.
on those and try
Right.
adopting this. अब computers in chemistry है वो तो रहेगा ही अभी.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
It is something very relevant topic that will be fine. So that will be.
And third भी आने ही वाला है. Third, fourth का syllabus तो अभी आ ही जाएगा third, fourth semester का. So
And one important announcement, I
choose.
just got the message, maybe
Thank you.
some of more colleagues are trying to join. I have upgraded it. Earlier it was 100. So maybe please you can float around. Those who are left out on the meeting, they can again try joining. It can have now more number of participants, and it is getting also recorded. We will share this YouTube video with all of you. You can spread it across in your colleges and spread this message. जिसको भी बुलाना है, it's a voluntary activity. There is no monetary incentive, but we'll all work towards completion of these resources. Academic incentive certificate we'll give on successful completion, provided the plagiarism report is fine. So that is what the indicator, and we'll be also checking it from template point of view. So these are the only things that we'll be looking.
Dr. Viniti is also raising her hand.
Yeah, Dr. Viniti, please. I think ma'am कल भी थी हमारे इसमें. Yeah.
Ma'am, thank you so much. I just want to clarify one thing, that a teacher's kit is concerned with the full paper, or it can also deal with the particular content. Like if I take up a particular topic, it deals with that, or in a teacher's e-content needs to be the complete paper, 4 credits.
No, teachers e-kit, one module will be equivalent to your 1 or 1.5 hour of classroom teaching in a logical way, some topic or combination of it. But then we cannot handle so many courses are there, which module is coming where, because from other teacher point of view, it has to be a complete coverage of the course. So we will take it full course. Someone has to take the responsibility of full course. Then whoever is interested, they can take maybe some 5 modules, some 6 modules, overall 35 to 40 modules for a 4 credit paper.
Like I mean, like in one semester, if we have about 8 topics, 8 chapters.
No,
So-
they are not 8 chapters. You're talking about, let's take one example. One paper will mean one particular 4 credit paper.
Yeah, 4 credit paper. So
There it will be 35 to 40 small topics you make. So 35 to 40 teachers e-kit will be there.
okay. Okay.
Fine. So 40 means 40 into 5, then 200 API, which can be then shared by the team who is working on that.
So one content by one teacher. So then we combine all that and then we create
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Dr. Vimal, there are a lot of queries on the people who have already done the FDP, but how would they be part of this teams then?
We will be, when we allocate, we will ask their code. The certificate code we have, it is a unique certificate code. So which particular FDP I'm selling, because last 1 year back, there is a different, quite a good change. So those who have done either in December 2022 or this coming one, any of these 2, then we will be taking them on board for this.
So then we have to get the form filled so that we can put them on some group today. Then that.
I'll be floating a feedback form where will be placeholder, organic, inorganic, physical, or any other specialization they can mention. And then what papers they are interested, what topics, let them fill them. And then I think we'll be doing analysis and then making subgroups. And in next meeting, which can be after the FDP, we can then get started with them.
Okay, and
Many
there's a
other,
question
Sarita,
on.
many will be coming from FDP group also.
Yeah. So, but the ones who are not attending FDP have done it earlier. We need to have them on board with us. No, that is.
Yeah, gradually, I think we'll make it a continuous process. Let's see how we evolve this.
Okay, and there is a question from Dr. Akila that please clarify about permission needed from college for participation in e-content development. I don't think there's any
Let me put it this way. Dr. Akila, when you write a book, do you take permission? This is all academic activity. It's something we have to do it. I don't think the permission will be required if you're taking some study leave or iske upar. I don't think you require study leave apart from your teaching responsibility. You keep on doing this. हम articles लिखते हैं, books लिखते हैं, research paper लिखते हैं. This is one of the academic activities at the national level which you can participate. I think your institution will be more than happy when they come to know that. Any other questions? Please ask.
There are many participants who want to include engineering chemistry in.
Yeah, I think for engineering chemistry, Dr. Rakhi, you can form a group of, she is from that and those. So all those you write, Shrutika, make one heading in engineering chemistry also. Shrutika, you're there in the feedback form today?
Yes, ma'am.
Organic, yeah, organic, inorganic, physical, engineering, chemistry. Give me inputs so that we can have it more structured data. Others may, then you can.
And I think Dr. Vimal, what they can do is, because there will be a WhatsApp group also, no? So in that they can put their specialization and flow. Ask for people who would like to form a team.
Abhi WhatsApp group abhi nahi hai. Once we get their data, then only we'll be able to form.
Okay.
I mean, industrial chemistry, we can also take one paper.
Yes.
Yeah, industrial chemistry also. Shrutika, add industrial chemistry also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Very good. Industrial chemistry is very good. Fuels and fuels is a very good part for industrial chemistry.
The industrial chemistry may even some of the skill courses, if they can be aligned, let us see those also can be there.
Yes, skill development courses can be included, ma'am, for
Yeah,
full
yeah.
paper.
If you say
We
pharmaceutical
can-
chemistry paper or the cosmetic
Yes.
chemistry paper, they will not be fitting into the core inorganic, organic, physical. So they can be put up.
They will be separate.
Yeah.
Ma'am, medicinal chemistry is also very important.
Yeah, medicinal chemistry also can be put up. बहुत नहीं इतनी vast.
मेडिसिनल केमिस्ट्री में एक्चुअली अंडरग्रेजुएट्स को जब पढ़ाते हैं तो मटेरियल बड़ा सेक्शनलाइज्ड है, बिल्कुल लॉजिकली हम नहीं बच्चों को बता पाते, एकदम हम पायरोल रिंग्स और पोरफायरिन्स पे आ जाते हैं। हम बच्चों को बड़ा छोटा सा फार्माकोलॉजी की जो कंसेप्ट्स हैं हम वो नहीं देते, और सेमेस्टर 2 में हमारा ये एक पूरा पार्ट है। So I was wondering if medicinal chemistry also needs to be dealt with, because again, like we say, research projects अगर उस पे आए या work उस पे आए या research बच्चों का एक innovation का आए, especially regarding the generic medicines these days which are being promoted, तो ये एक देखा जा सकता है।
I think मैम मेडिसिनल केमिस्ट्री बायोकेमिस्ट्री का एक पार्ट ले सकते हैं।
बायोकेमिस्ट्री
बायोकेमिस्ट्री वाइडर रेंज पे हो जाएगा, उसका एक सब पार्ट अपन लेके बायोकेमिस्ट्री का फुल पेपर ले सकते हैं।
बायोकेमिस्ट्री तो अप्लाई करनी ही पड़ती है, क्योंकि अगर थोड़ा बहुत तो उसका हम फिर क्रेब्स साइकिल या फॉर दैट मैटर देयर बाइंडिंग विद द बॉडी फिजियोलॉजी पार्ट भी हमें कंसीडर करना ही पड़ जाता है।
नहीं, अभी जो हम
अगर हम वो भी ना करें, हम सिर्फ मेडिसिनल केमिस्ट्री पे ही लें कि हम एंटीपायरेटिक्स, एनाल्जेसिक्स और एंटीबायोटिक्स, यू नो, एंड ये ड्रग्स ही सारा लें और ड्रग डिजाइनिंग ही लें, यही एक बहुत बड़ा हमारा एक पार्ट है।
हाँ, बट डॉक्टर विनीता, हमें कहीं ना कहीं कोई एग्जिस्टिंग करिकुलम के अराउंड लेना पड़ेगा।
जी जी जी, वो
We will not make an offer. No, let's not go into that, so that it is widely acceptable then.
मैम सेमेस्टर 2 में हमारा पार्ट है वो बच्चों को पढ़ाने का, उसमें
तो
कुछ
उसी में से लेके yes we can develop it.
उसी की वजह से बोल रहे हैं।
Similarly, ma'am,
I have a point
in bio.
Vimal, I have a point here. There are number of branches of chemistry. So in a Google
Yes.
form, we can write any other, except
any
inorganic.
other,
In any other, will all branches will come, and then we will categorize under the branches which we can do that. So in any other can be a fourth one: inorganic, organic, physical. Any other, because there is analytical also.
इंजीनियरिंग केमिस्ट्री और डाल देते, because वो पूरा AICT के अंडर वर्टिकल आ रहा है।
That's fine, and because there is analytical also, environmental also, so there are a number of branches. So I think any other will cover everything.
Okay.
Any other, that part should be there, and the teacher can write the name of the branch, and then we can compile that.
Yeah. I think it's already done by Shrutika. Any other? So it will be there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other thing, Professor Reena Saxena, you want to add on?
Dr. Vimal, if someone has done this FDP in 2020, then do they have to repeat this?
मंजू श्रीवास्तव बोल रही है, प्लीज हम ना 2-3 साल में बहुत अपने आप ही इवॉल्व हो गए, दिस टेम्पलेट इटसेल्फ हैज इवॉल्व, तो आई विल रिक्वेस्ट इफ यू कैन ज्वाइन, इट विल बी बेटर, और टूल्स भी काफी, दैट हाउ इट विल बी रिफ्रेश ओनली। या, थैंक यू। Yes, Sumita Rao, please.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, please.
Okay, good evening, ma'am. I was just like I suggested just now that industrial chemistry is most important that is required for almost all the chemical engineering students. And there are other branches also where industrial chemistry बहुत ही important है. और industrial chemistry में फिर दो parts आ जाते हैं. एक आते हैं that deal with inorganic processes and दूसरा आ जाता है जो कि deal करता है organic processes. तो I would just like to say कि industrial chemistry का एक जरूर बनवाइएगा and in which I would also like to contribute.
बिल्कुल मैम, आप लीड लीजिए, आप अपना उसमें गूगल फॉर्म विल सर्कुलेट एंड यू कैन, अभी यही जूम में ही लिंक देंगे हम आपको. एंड
क्योंकि जो मैंने लास्ट टाइम अभी दिसंबर 22 में एफडीपी करा, जो हेलो
हेलो या प्लीज बताइए.
जो अभी दिसंबर 22 में ही मैंने ये एफडीपी करा, तो जो प्रोजेक्ट आप लोग ने दिया था उसमें मैंने आईपीटी दैट इज इनऑर्गेनिक प्रोसेस टेक्नोलॉजी का ही एक टॉपिक अपलोड करा था. तो क्योंकि मैं वो पढ़ाती हूँ, देन आई टीच अप्लाइड इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री आल्सो. तो बेसिकली आई टीच टू केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स. तो इसलिए मैं चाह रही थी कि ऐसा कुछ अपन इंजीनियरिंग ओनली कोर इंजीनियरिंग बट दूसरे ब्रांचेस जैसे इंडस्ट्रियल ब्रांचेस हैं, मैकेनिकल में भी जरूरत है, तो इसमें अपन कुछ करें तो अच्छा हो जाएगा. मैम
बिल्कुल मैम, आप सबको जो भी लगता है उसमें आप करो इंटरेस्ट, बट कंप्लीशन तक आपका ग्रुप को लेके जाना है. अगर पूरा पेपर नहीं बना तो वो फिर किसी काम का नहीं है. सिर्फ एक दो मॉड्यूल से काम नहीं चलेगा. Till 35 to 40 modules, the entire team has to be ready, and then only we'll start with that.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
To other, अभी अगर आज they are not attending, maybe you can talk to some of your colleagues at national level या अपने institution level, form a group and take it further.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much.
There are 2-3 queries whether it is compulsory to attend FDP to contribute.
या बिल्कुल, because उसी में ही मैं पूरी details बताऊंगी. It is not like writing a normal book. It is not only chemistry where all of you are experts, but then it is more than that in terms of the template, how the blended learning can be adopted, what all questions you can guide to other teachers, what all activities have to be there. So it cannot be done unless or until you have the understanding of what is this 4-quadrant approach, what is the teacher secret. तो पूरी की पूरी एक understanding which otherwise also is required now. अब तो without e-content MOOCs, and let me tell you, for NAC also, if you see, there is a special criteria how many workshops you have attended for e-content and MOOCs. So this will also fit in there for your otherwise overall understanding in this particular field. तो ज्योति, all those details की एक मॉड्यूल में क्या होगा, वो पूरे मेरे 4 quadrants हैं, तो 1 by 1 we will be taking each of them.
That how you have to develop, that all will be told to you subsequently during the FDP. Everything, all details will be told to you, and still if you are not clear, you can obviously ask at that time.
Or for chemistry specific, we'll take it further in regular meetings. I'll request Professor Bakshi sir, maybe you can now pitch in and say something. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to meet so many chemistry colleagues together after a long time. I think, Vimal, you have already said whatsoever was required to be said, and that has been supplemented by Sarita. So, see, one thing which I feel is, why should you do all this? That could be a question in your mind. Is it to get API score? Or you want to make a significant contribution to serve the cause of chemistry in the country? Best thing is, you should try to find out how best you can contribute in enhancing the quality of chemistry education in the country. It should not be that, oh, I will get 5 API point or I will get 200 points. That should not be the driving force. So this is one point which I personally feel is very important. Second point is, you are developing teachers e-kit. You could do it for practicals, as Vimal has said. You could do it for individual modules, or you could do it for the entire paper. And then there was also a question that we do not have the revised syllabi yet. One thing which is striking my mind and on which I am also working is that you could come out with common misconceptions in chemistry. You come out with a sort of a module as to what are, because syllabi might change, contents may change, but concepts will always remain. And these are the conceptual clarity points, which many of us still suffer from. I personally feel that there are many concepts, even at +2 level, which sometimes senior students up to MSc level are not aware of. So now the question is, how to find out which are the common misconceptions? That could be the next question. So the best is you start with yourself. Whatsoever concept you considered when you were a student to be difficult, you start working on that. And you will find that you research on that, you try to find out how best to explain that. You may have to do a lot of work. How videos could be made, how audios could be done, how PowerPoint presentation could be made to illustrate that concept. You think over this. And once you are convinced, oh, this is now a very good way to present this concept in the form of a teacher's e-kit, because it is coming from you as a teacher. I personally feel that is going to be a very, very big contribution. It may not be a very big, but such misconceptions can be taken care of. I started working on it. I came out with the concept of pH, where I worked on what are the common misconceptions about pH, how they need to be clarified, small things. I once worked on, atomic structure and quantum mechanical point, but in a very simple language. You don't have to show your knowledge. No, you have to go down to the level of the weakest student and take them along, so that he or she feels, yes, now I have a complete clarity of this concept. I think that could be one. And it's not only in chemistry, Vimal. This could be done in all disciplines. Because in every discipline, there are certain such concepts which, require an in-depth understanding, and which many people don't know, and many people are afraid of asking just to show their ignorance. What will people think? No, we should work on that. That could be one possibility on which one could work out. And I'm sure this will be a very, very big contribution. If you just select, then work on that, form a team, you work with somebody together and come out with this. You can call that to be the teacher's e-kit also. Because, see, ultimately, whether it is the MOOCs we are making or whether it is the content we are developing, all these are basically the consequence of technological advancements. Because now textbook learning is getting superseded by digital content learning. So everybody comes to digital content, and all these digital content where you have, images, videos, text, etc., they will form part of that also. And even this 4-quadrant approach of teacher's e-kit about which Vimal was talking, that's basically the same thing. Now, even if you suppose make a teacher's e-kit for one experiment, what you will do? You will try to explain it in the best possible way. What are the common mistakes which students make? What are the questions which arise in a student's mind? So all those things you have to note down first before you start working on that. One single teachers ECAT can make you very, very famous, provided you work hard on that. It should not be that, okay, I have done it, it has been reviewed by somebody, he or she has also said it is okay, I am eligible for the certificate and I get 5 API score. That should not be the end. That should not be the end. That's what I would say. And I think that is also the thinking of Vimal, myself, when we initially worked on this, that we should have people, young people who, you know, from your own experience, you learn a lot and improve that and share so that, you know, the future younger generation, and you can do it even for, +2 level. Now in +2 level, chemistry syllabus is getting truncated so much. You are not going to have organic, inorganic, or physical streams. Even now we are talking about the concept of curricular areas. And in each curriculum, for example, science is one curricular area where you have physics, chemistry, mathematics as the discipline. Then in chemistry, there are some papers like structure and bonding, etc. So general thing, because new education policy says we need to focus on core essentials. So core essential means basically conceptual clarity. And once you have the foundation, which are very, very strong, I think we can always erect a structure on that. So that's basically my thinking. And this is my food for thought for you people. You think over this. And thank you, Vimal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for putting these thoughts further and very good ideas. And rather, this common misconception is there as a very active component in the teachers no more one of the quadrant. So whenever you are making any particular teacher secret module, this is the most important critical aspect, as rightly mentioned by Bakshi sir, that what are the common misconceptions which may be there in the mind of the students, which as teachers we have to first clarify, and then the entire base. This is the foundation.
I just, sorry for the interruption. I remember, I think must be when I was just a very young lecturer, NCERT invited me to make a video on mole concept in chemistry. Just think, mole concept I made. I worked very hard on that, and at all level, you know, in terms of number, in terms of weight, in terms of all aspects, and took this concept to the highest possible level. And other day when I went to NCERT, they said, your that videos on mole concept in chemistry, which was I think about 25 years back, that is still there and we watch after that. So same thing you can do in any of your topics you can take. Any topic you take it from ground level, +2 level, slowly take it to UG level, and then take it to PG level. For example, other day, I was talking in one of the meetings that I plan to make a sort of concept, or you can say teacher secret on hydrogen bond. Now, everybody talks about hydrogen bond. Organic chemistry, so many things depend on that, everything we talk. Now, a question arises in a student's mind, why does only hydrogen bond exist? Why not lithium bond or sodium bond or any other bond? So this is the first question which arises in a student's mind. And hydrogen bond exists only when hydrogen is directly attached to highly electronegative elements like nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine, generally. So origin has to be from there. So you have to do a lot of thinking, how to explain a student that why only hydrogen bond exists. And then slowly, you know, once you explain all these things, origin and all that, and it will automatically explain why other bonds, similar bonds do not exist, then you can go to their applications. And so many applications of hydrogen bonding we study in, you know, in all branches of chemistry and all that association and all that, one can slowly take it. So this is irrespective of the syllabus. Everybody will have to learn once. So you can focus on concepts also. Work on that. And I know each one of you has some strengths. Everybody is unique in some way. Share your expertise with the rest of the country. That is my, request to you. I may not be knowing everything, but whatsoever I know the best, let the world benefit from my knowledge. That should be the spirit behind development of all these things. Work hard, because as Vimal was showing that site on which teachers and training, where all these kids are there, if somebody watches those common misconceptions, he or she should feel, yes, it is a big contribution. But work have to be done very much. I remember some teacher once made it in thermodynamics. What was that? So many energy terms come. Internal energy comes, enthalpy comes, Gibbs free energy comes, A comes, then entropy also comes. How are they linked? Ultimately, they are linked to energy. So what is the difference of each type of energy? One does a research on that and comes out. It will be an eye-opener for us. That is what I always say as a teacher. Sometimes, thinking on the subject is missing amongst us. We take things for granted. That should not happen. You have to break the convention and come out with new ideas. And that is the purpose of education. Not learning of the facts, training of the mind to think. If you are this teacher's kit or content or is able to do that, I think therein lies your success. API score doesn't matter. You should make a significant contribution so that people know, oh yes, it is something big. That's very, very important. Anyway, sorry, Vimal, I interrupted. You can go ahead.
No, thank you, sir. These are very important points, and you've already given some ideas that how it can be taken further.
No, Vimal, you also have already shared so many ideas with me sometimes. Only thing is that we did not have time to fructify that, but I'm sure everybody has some ideas. Think of, your research area, you can come out to some basic things.
So some flavor we have added of these novel ways in the Arpit course itself.
Yes,
Every
if you
module-
watch our
every
Arpit
module is in
lecture,
a different way.
Vimal, Arpit lecture may be 1 hour lecture, but believe you me, so much thinking has gone behind each one of them. You may say, oh, lecture is over, it is the 1 hour. But try to see from where does a person start, how a person links, how he or she builds the whole topic. So much thinking has gone into it. And, it is for record. So future generations will watch that lecture. So that should be the impact you should leave. I
We
always say
already-
students may make any mistake, but they will never make a mistake in identifying a good teacher. Never. Whatsoever you may say, they will never. आप उन्हें डांट भी लगाओगे ना, पर कहेंगे यार जो भी है, पर टीचर अच्छा है. हाँ, नहीं, बिल्कुल है. कोई भी गलती नहीं कर सकता. Vimal knows better. She has been the recipient of INSA award. Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. And I think you rightly mentioned, but then somehow we have seen the system that without API things don't work. So here it is both actually. So you will be getting APIs, which is also maybe because sometimes you feel that doing contribution in this, it's better to do research when for your promotion. So it is helping you in both the ways. And as rightly mentioned by Professor Bakshi sir, it is going to give you sufficient visibility and more satisfaction. Because when we say our Arpit, some of the modules, we are so satisfied, and I can see more than lakh views on each of these modules. So that itself is such a satisfying feeling. And out of the 3 Indian MOOCs, when Australian government, their higher education center, that was doing a survey across the globe, from India, they selected 3 MOOCs, and one of them was our Arpit chemistry. So it feels immense satisfaction that something we have created, which is a good, it's almost like a journey towards like creating those Hollywood, Bollywood movies, not of a big scale, but small things. So in that flipped classroom video, I will request, even if it goes from 15 to 20 to 30 minutes, give your best. And I was also thinking that we can have one conferences exclusively dedicated on these type of videos, that what all ideas, not sharing the entire videos, but maybe sir, we can talk to some NGOs if they can install some awards around that. I'm already in talk with some, but unless or until it's finalized. So that will be a new way where the incentive has to be there. So I personally don't feel, because I have seen the journey from a very ground level, EPG Pathshala, दे देते थे, and then they're like, no, we have other time and we will not be contributing. So here there is no monetary incentive. EPG पाठशाला में तो थोड़ा बहुत monetary था, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं था. So definitely some incentive have to be there, and we will be working upon how it can be even more incentivized in terms of there will be conference publications coming out from this paper presentation, short oral paper presentation, and the videos. We will install some awards. So do it with that even if you're making one video, that will be the best of the best, which others can also learn. So, and when you are making this, I will request every paper, you should have once a week meeting. Ki yes, this is what I am trying to add. It should not be a single person ki bana liya aur wo review kar diya. See, my humble appeal, reviewers will not be having this idea. You as a team will be the better critical point to help each other modify. So authorship में नाम चाहे किसी का जाए, किसी में किसी मॉड्यूल में जा रहा है किसी का, but work it as a team, that will be making the best of the, and that is what we have done when we were having this Arpit modules. So I think Sarita, you can recall Arora sir and you used to come, and we had to, मतलब बैठ के हम discuss करते थे कि इसमें क्या जाएगा, कैसे इसको और modify करें, what more examples can be added when SCTT, BCCT modules, the other concept you have introduced. So that is what I think, if we start having academic discussion, I think Reena Saxena will agree with me कि हमारे यहाँ पे वो academic discussions कुछ कम हो गए हैं. I think when we had joined the profession, हम किसी senior जो लगता था बहुत अच्छे हैं, हम उनके पीछे पड़ जाते थे कि बताइए कैसे पढ़ाएं. So let us revive that, and with technology, and please take the GAD TLCs there by the teachers, for the teachers, to enhance the education system. और हम इतने सारे chemist हैं यहाँ पे, तो chemistry में तो बिल्कुल हमारी responsibility बनती है कि we have to make it better and better. और हमारे students point of view से how we can put it. So slightly sir, Bakshi sir, I slightly disagree, but definitely academic incentives have to be there. नहीं तो वो ना एक
नहीं मेरा ये है कि incentives के साथ साथ एक impact भी छोड़ो.
सर वो आते हैं, वो आपके लेवल पे पहुंचेंगे ना,
है कि खाना पूर्ति ना हो कि भाई बन गया, रिव्यू हो गया, API स्कोर मिल गया है, उसका ये हो कि उसकी डिमांड बढ़े, लोग सोचें कि भाई ये वाला, लोग भी कहें कि यार इस जाके इस वाले को देखो, ये बहुत अच्छा है. API का तो कोई वो तो खाना वो अलग बात है. सो आई थिंक बोथ थिंग्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट.
तो जैसे YouTube पे हम अगर किसी चीज की रेसिपीज देख रहे हैं तो हम एक पर्टिकुलर चैनल पे जाते हैं ना कि इसके अच्छे होते हैं, ऐसे ही होना चाहिए कि इस ऑथर के सारे के सारे मॉड्यूल्स अच्छे हैं, हम इस ऑथर के देखने हैं. तो ये हमारा एम होना चाहिए. ठीक है.
और अगर पॉइंट्स की बात करें, अब हम यहाँ पे रीना, सरिता, सारे जो प्रोफेसर बन के बैठे, हमें तो पॉइंट्स, वी आर नॉट वर्किंग फॉर पॉइंट्स, बट देन वंस यू रीच टू अ लेवल that that's what I also tell in my sessions with that slide कि वो जो पहले के गुरु थे, they were those enlightened minds who thought कि इस जमाने से बाहर जाने से पहले, छोड़ने से पहले, जो भी हमने इकट्ठा किया है, इंफॉर्मेशन हो, नॉलेज हो, विजडम हो, स्किल्स हो, उनको हम कैसे नेक्स्ट जनरेशन तक दें, और वो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन तक सबके क्लास में लगे रहे, उससे बेटर है हम टीचर्स को एम्पावर कर दें. So that is what we think. तो टीचर्स के थ्रू ऑटोमेटिकली देन मल्टीप्लायर इफेक्ट आ जाएगा, एंड वी कैन बी हैविंग मेनी इंटर्नशिप आइडियाज, प्रोजेक्ट.
ये बताओ, आपका टीचर्स ई किट में अगर कोई कॉन्सेप्ट पे करे तो कैसे उसका होगा, आपका क्या है प्रोसेस? मान लो मैं रेजोनेंस पे ऊपर कॉन्सेप्ट पे मैं एक बनाना चाहता हूँ, तो कैसे है?
सर अभी तक ये अलग से नहीं कर रहे, बिकॉज उससे क्या होगा, बहुत डुप्लीकेशन हो जाएगा. रेजोनेंस इफ इट इज पार्ट इन ए पर्टिकुलर कोर्स, तो वहां पे उसका एक मॉड्यूल बन जाएगा।
नहीं, अगर वैसे ही एक अलग कॉन्सेप्ट पे करो तो
नहीं, अलग सर वो ही है कि पोर्टल पे, और वो अभी तक उसका वो सर्च फीचर, मेरा एक्चुअली यहाँ पे बहुत फ्यूचरिस्टिक विजन था जब मैंने प्रपोजल लिखा था कि हर टीचर सीकिट के कीवर्ड से एक ऐसा मैं सॉफ्टवेयर बनाऊं जिससे सर्चेबल हो, ताकि ये इवन अगर स्कैटर्ड भी बनता तो जिस जिस टीचर सीकिट में रेजोनेंस आ रहा है वो सारी टीचर सीकिट एक सेकंड में उसके पास आ जाएंगी, एंड देन इट कैन बी इवन अक्रॉस द डिसिप्लिन। बट वो अभी नहीं हुआ, सो वील हैव टू मैन्युअली कोलेट, और अगर वो होता है तो पूरा एक कोर्स का स्ट्रक्चर पूरा आएगा, देन ओनली इट मींस सिग्निफाई। अब ऐसे SN2 SN1 की बात करें तो एज अ स्टैंड अलोन आल्सो वन विल लाइक टू लर्न, बट दे विल बी फिटिंग समवेयर इन द कोर्स। So let us do it in the course-wise manner, and then all the misconceptions, all the activities around that, all the like from history point of view, the timelines, तो वो सारी की सारी चीजें उस टॉपिक में आ जाएंगी, क्वेश्चंस आ जाएंगे लेवल 1 के, लेवल 2 के, ब्लूम्स टैक्सोनॉमी, एवरीथिंग दैट वी आर थिंकिंग ऑफ कि ये चीजें होनी चाहिए। So teacher seek it is a tool where you start putting things together and put it in place. अपनी क्लास में भी अप्लाई कर दो, and other teachers can also get ideas that how it can be done in a more scientific and
मतलब अभी तक हमारे पास ये प्रोविजन हमने नहीं किया है कि हम स्टैंड अलोन टॉपिक्स
स्टैंड अलोन में मुश्किल हो
we have
जाएगा,
not,
बिकॉज अर्पित में हमने स्टैंड अलोन, बट वी वर देयर टू कोऑर्डिनेट कि देयर इज नो डुप्लीकेशन हैपनिंग एंड ऑल। अदरवाइज वो सारा ओपन कर देंगे, पता लगा 10 रेजोनेंस की आ गई, और फिर
और कुछ टॉपिक्स का कुछ भी नहीं आता सर। मतलब जो मैं कोऑर्डिनेट कर रही थी पेपर, तो कुछ
हाँ।
टॉपिक्स का कोई करके ही नहीं देता, मतलब ये भी प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है। सो दैट्स व्हाई वी हैव गॉट इनटू द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ गिविंग द होल पेपर, बिकॉज इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट रनिंग आफ्टर द टीचर्स कि आप ये कंप्लीट करके दो या ये दो ना, दैट इज व्हाई।
और एक्सपेरिमेंट में एक एक्सपेरिमेंट का एक टीचर सीकिट बन जाएगी। So, but in experiment also, when once you do, we will be requiring one session with them, Sarita, जहाँ पे the practical e-kit की template थोड़ी सी अलग है theory से, where we talk about how the environment friendly and the safer approaches also have to be MSDS-line, which is missing. So all the things which we have to improve upon in the education system can be integrated through this. Yes, Dr. Viniti, I think you have raised your hand.
Yes, ma'am. So just now what I gather is that practical teachers e-kit can have a single experiment.
One experiment, yeah.
But the theory part would need all the 4 credits, right? That means the full paper.
In practical
4 quadrants तो इसमें भी हैं, 4
4
quadrants
मैम
तो
इसमें भी है, तभी मैं बोल रही हूँ आप एक बार FD पे अटेंड करेंगे ना।
मैम FD तो मैं अटेंड कर ही रही हूँ, वो तो मैं कर ही रही हूँ, मेरे कलीग्स भी कर रहे हैं। व्हाट आई वांटेड टू नो वाज 4 क्वाड्रेंट्स नहीं पूछ रही मैं, 4 क्रेडिट्स पूछ रही हूँ कि पूरा पेपर ही आ रहा है ना ई टीचर्स।
हाँ, उसमें इट विल बी लाइक ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू हैव द प्रैक्टिकल पार्ट, कहीं पे 2 क्रेडिट है, कहीं पे 1 क्रेडिट है, तो वहां पे हम 35-40 की बात नहीं करते, वहां पे पर एक्सपेरिमेंट एक, क्योंकि एक एक्सपेरिमेंट को 2 में मॉड्यूल में ब्रेक करना इज नॉट एज, बट कई बार चैलेंज होता है, जैसे हमारा ऑर्गेनिक में, अब तो यहाँ केमिस्ट्री की ऑडियंस वी कैन गो इनटू डिस्कशन, तो जो ऑर्गेनिक की एनालिसिस है या इनऑर्गेनिक की एनालिसिस है, तो उसमें तो कोई एक एक्सपेरिमेंट वाली बात ही नहीं आती है। So it is a robust, so we try to make it is in part 1, part 2, part 3 and try to group them together and maybe one module
एक फंक्शनल ग्रुप में ब्रेक कर दिया ना विमल, और एक बिकॉज एक फंक्शनल ग्रुप में भी इतनी ज्यादा डिटेल्स थी, स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ऑल टेस्ट्स, देन द डेरिवेटिव प्रिपरेशन, सो इट वेंट एक्चुअली जो फंक्शनल ग्रुप था इट वेंट मोर देन द नॉर्मल। बल्कि मेरे को मन कर रहा था कि मैं पूरी स्कीम भी एक बार लिख दूं, बिकॉज वी हैव गॉन एक्चुअली
no, maybe Sarita, you can add one last module which is a compilation of that in the overview of part.
मेरे को लग रहा था बिकॉज हमने ना सभी अलग अलग दिए हैं, तो आई वाज थिंकिंग कि ये एक बात बनी नहीं, तो एक कंप्लीट एनालिसिस भी देना चाहिए, मुझको लग रहा था।
And there you can even have questions which are across like combination of different functional group.
Yeah, I think चलो I'll discuss that with you.
दूसरी चीज मुझे ये जानना था कि जो गूगल फॉर्म की बात आप कर रहे थे, तो क्या गूगल फॉर्म जो भी लीड लेना चाहता है टीचर्स ई-किट प्रिपेयर करने को, उसको एक अपना गूगल फॉर्म बनाना है या आप हमको
नहीं नहीं नहीं, हम दे रहे हैं और वो आप
Okay.
अभी सबके आपके जितने कोलीग्स हैं उनको
Okay.
सर्कुलेट कर सकते हो। और
Okay.
उसमें में भी एक मैं क्वेश्चन और अटेंड, हैव यू अटेंडेड दिस मीटिंग और नॉट, और उन मैं आप सबको फिर ना ये आज की वीडियो की रिकॉर्डिंग भी दे दूंगी।
Yes, ma'am. Video
इसने
की
ना
recording,
सुनी हो
yes.
तो श्रुतिका प्लीज मेक ए नोट ऑफ दिस। यहाँ पे सबके ईमेल आईडीज आ जाएंगे एंड देन वी कैन मेल देम दिस टुडेज
YouTube का लिंक दे सकते हैं ना,
हाँ,
जो
हाँ।
YouTube की लिंक दे देंगे।
तो अब वो बात तो रही नहीं कि भाई यस विद दिस इफ यू हैव मिस्ड आउट यू विल बी एबल टू नॉट कोप अप, तो वी कैन जस्ट अ मिनट, लेट मी जस्ट फाइनलाइज दिस फीडबैक लिंक एंड देन वी कैन शेयर इट विद यू। तो श्वेता कुछ और अगर है क्वेश्चन देख लो, देन वी
There was one question that whether the students can join in to do the graphic designing.
See, at your own level, you can involve them in the coming as summer project में उन्हें लगा लो, and maybe पर पूरा कोर्स में 2 या 3 स्टूडेंट्स की हेल्प ले लो या 4, we have no issues, but उनका नाम नहीं आएगा in the development. They cannot be part of, because this is a teacher's e-kit where only teachers can be author, and that too at least मुझे ये लगता है कि at least one author should be having, which will keep it as a compliance to be met, have at least 5 years of teaching experience. One of the author. अगर आपको, if you are a beginner, please join with some senior colleague because experience भी चाहिए इसमें. It cannot be just. I may be wrong, but this is how I want to take it further. It has to be a group activity. We have to take और reviewer जो भी जितने भी सारे authors हैं उनसे senior होना चाहिए. You cannot yeah. So or if there is one professor, at least the other should be professor. If there is a professor, author and associate professor cannot be reviewer. So ये सारी जो logical चीजें हैं, I think even if I am not spelling it out, they should be followed, which is the way it has been there. Even हमारे EPG पाठशाला में अर्पित में these guidelines were there. So we may be doing help. I think Sarita knows. मैं तो और बख्शी सर तो सारे modules देख रहे होते थे. But then still at that time I was assistant professor. मेरा नाम एक भी EPG पाठशाला या अर्पित के कोर्स में मॉड्यूल में रिव्यूअर की तरह नहीं है. And you can open all the courses are on public domain. I have not opted that. जो एक टेक्निकली, बट देन वी हैव टू वर्क एज अ टीम. हमारा पूरा कोर्स का जो आउटकम होना चाहिए वो फिर अच्छा. सो दैट इज अ स्पिरिट विद एंड द मोर यू गो इनटू यू एक्चुअली लर्न अ लॉट, जितने भी आपके कंट्रीब्यूशंस होते हैं. सो दैट्स हाउ इट गोस. बीच में क्या ऐड करना था अभी सरिता? आई मिस्ड इट आउट.
You were doing the feedback form.
हाँ, फीडबैक फॉर्म में एक क्वेश्चन और डालना था. हैव यू अटेंडेड मीटिंग
this meeting?
हाँ.
Are you floating this just now?
हाँ, बस 1 मिनट होल्ड करो. आई विल शेयर द लिंक सो दैट यू कैन फॉरवर्ड. हेल्ड ऑन आज क्या है? 27 अप्रैल. And let me make it as a multiple choice. Yes. Okay, I think this link is here. I can share it with you. So it's there with everyone. मैं वो WhatsApp ग्रुप में भी डाल रही हूँ. जहाँ पे भी हो, what we'll do is at every new place we will float the YouTube video. श्रुतिका, please make a note of this. You जितने भी आज हमारे मेल के रिस्पॉन्सेस आएंगे उनको भी रिप्लाई कर देना. Give them the video and give them this link. तो जितने भी होंगे they will keep on adding their present. तो अटेंड की है या नहीं की है, I think उस क्वेश्चन को हटा ही देती हूँ. अभी नहीं तो बाद में अटेंड कर लेंगे. ओके So this will be like interested in developing हो जाएगा एक. Interested to develop teachers. So
Yes, you can do registration for tomorrow's FDP now, even now. Yes, please do it.
yeah, it will be open till day after tomorrow morning. There are many requests coming, so something like annual event will continue. जिसका अभी नहीं हो रहा है, technically dates also will, there are some colleagues who are saying हम किसी दूसरे FD पे हैं, तो आपको हम 3-4 options देंगे, उसमें से then you can select and accordingly we'll make the batches. Fine, already 7 batches are there, so that's not issue, and we can accommodate you there. So the link is there, and please forward this link along with the YouTube video of today. And those who are watching on YouTube after, not right now in the live session, but on the recorded, please put it as the feedback, which is the link given here, where what you are interested into if you want to develop the teacher's e-kit in chemistry. Yes, Raki, you have some questions?
Yes, ma'am, actually I have just seen the feedback form. In that form, when we click on the specialization link, so that will taking only one.
Acha, you want to have more?
Yeah.
तो फिर वो checker box बनाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
So let me make it as a check box. Good option. Change कर दिया जी. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Fine, fine. Maybe you are trying to contribute more in. Yes, good.
No, because there are many, I could feel from the responses that there are people who want to, who have given more than one option also.
So ठीक है, वो I have made it a checker box. You can put it into more. Any other feedback? Good, Rocky, you have seen that. Anyone else will like to suggest any change in the form? Already I can see a couple of responses came. Yeah. Okay, then fine. I think we close. I hope all of you have taken this link, because now we cannot figure out आप कहाँ से आए हो. But this link will be available along with the YouTube video on our Telegram that I will try to put up. Shrutika, put this link on one PPT, and that slide can be shared along with the YouTube video. Fine. Those who want to contribute in chemistry teachers e-kit for 2023-24, then they watch this video and fill up this form. And Sarita, iski for regularly we'll keep analyzing and keep on doing meetings and take it further.
And where this video will be uploaded?
ये तो YouTube होगा, YouTube का लिंक हम दे देंगे.
अच्छा, YouTube का WhatsApp पे देंगे मैम लिंक?
नहीं, अब WhatsApp आप किस में से आए हो? बहुत सारे WhatsApp ग्रुप हैं. Telegram में आप
120 का है ये FDP 120.
देखो, all those who are here today, you fill up the form, we will mail you this link. We'll mail you the video, we'll mail you the link of the form. और उसे फिर आप सब forward कर देना to all those colleagues you want to add.
Yes.
And everyone should join the Telegram link, because वहाँ पे सारी information जाती है.
वहाँ पे हमेशा रहती है, आगे पीछे की भी ना. So you will find all the things. Telegram का link अभी दे देती हूँ.
How to join the WhatsApp group? तो आप जब register करोगे तब आप you will automatically go to a WhatsApp group.
Telegram का link मैं दे देती हूँ अभी. Yeah, this is the Telegram link. और नहीं, कोई भी अगर query है, just drop a message to my office number. Just WhatsApp, please don't call. Shrutika, you can write down the office number. पता नहीं मेरे पास immediately handy नहीं दिख रहा कहाँ गया. No, there is no WhatsApp link we have found till now. It will be worked out. You fill up this form. We will get in touch with you. Shrutika, you export today's data maybe by tomorrow morning. So you fill up by night. And tomorrow, Shrutika will mail you this video and this form. तो आपको लगता है जो भी chemistry के colleagues इसमें contribute करना चाहते हैं, let them watch this video and let them fill up the Google form so that we have the compiled data and accordingly then we can take it further कि किसको क्या क्या allocate करना है. Fine. I hope the things are clear now.
Also, आप एक बारी पूरा FDP भी attend कर लीजिए. So, if you've not attended, so then also things will become clear to you, and the topic accordingly you can choose wherever you are comfortable.
After the FDP, we'll conduct again chemistry meeting for those who have shown interest and then go it more structured की.
Yeah, absolutely.
और कहीं पे प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कि यस इसमें हम क्या भरें, तो नाउ एज केमिस्ट्री पीपल वी कैन डिस्कस. सब्जेक्ट वाले में तो अब हम एग्जांपल अगर केमिस्ट्री का देते हैं तो कोई एजुकेशन का बैठा है, कोई इंग्लिश का बैठा है, हिंदी का बैठा है, दैट रियली डजंट मेक्स. बट हियर वी कैन ऑल help each other to give ideas and then make these modules better. Okay. Any other thing? Sonali, you have some question? Or it is by mistake? Okay, I think thank you each and everyone for being part of this meeting and for showing interest in taking this academic initiative at the national level further. So I look forward that we will be taking it further and special thanks goes to all my colleagues here, Professor Sarita Pasi, Professor Reena Saxena, Dr. Sonia Ratnani, Sonia chali gayi, Dr. Narendrajit, Sharda not joined, but I think Dr. Vinita and many others. Sorry if I am missing some names. बहुतों ने पहले contribute किया है अब आगे, so it's a continuous baton that you have to take it further. So it's all your it's a template. You all have to fill with your beautiful ideas, what is required to bring the change, to adopt. और हमें जो भी class में चाहिए switch बनानी है तो 5 minute में बन जाए. Once we have these questions ready from somewhere, we can modify and then take. So that's the idea. So I hope we all will be taking it further on a very serious note. So thank you everyone, and those who have missed out, they can please after watching this video, you can fill up.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Sonali.
I want to say. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, Polo.
It's a very nice lecture from you. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, Sonali, please go ahead. और हिंदी में बोल रहे हैं तो हिंदी भी समझ आती है, लेकिन बाकी भाषा नहीं आएगी, प्लीज.
All right, ma'am.
मराठी नहीं आती है. Yeah.
Fine, ma'am. So where would I get this form, link form? Google form link?
Google form अभी chat में है ना, Zoom में. Just see on your chat section.
Ma'am, before that I was joined via YouTube. Just now I have linked through Zoom.
अच्छा, तो अभी दोबारा दे देते हैं. Shrutika, just share.
Fine, ma'am.
हाँ, please. It's again come. Hope you have got it. And Shrutika, please put this Google Form link below the YouTube video also on the YouTube page. So that it is just below the YouTube.
Yeah, got it, ma'am.
Huh?
Yeah,
So,
it is received. Yeah.
right. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Very inspiring.
So do circulate it amongst your colleagues, those who want to contribute. We can really start
Definitely.
working at a group level.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
Thank you. So have a nice evening ahead, and कल तो नहीं, परसों मिलेंगे, those who are registered in the FDP, and I would like to take you all on board, share what is required for making these teacher CKT in a broader perspective from subject, and then उसके बाद chemistry team के साथ we will be having a continuous meeting, and I will like to mention thanks to Professor Bakshi sir for joining in this today's meeting, all my colleagues here, and all of you, those who are here. Let us be a part of the change which is required in education system right now. So thank you everyone, and do spread this word further. और especially I think रीना मेरे पास पीछे पड़ गई थी कि कुछ इसमें किया जाए, and Sarita is already, so thank you so much for joining in our team, Professor Reena Saxena, and we'll like to take it further. Already है team और already बहुत सारे और हैं. All of you are part of this activity. और जहाँ तक student की बात आती है उसका भी देख लेंगे, if we can give some देखते हैं करते हैं कुछ, अगर internship तो नहीं आएगी, some certificate in terms of the contribution in this if they can be evolved, but it cannot be more number. पूरे पेपर में 2 या 3 बच्चों की हेल्प ले सकते हैं. It has to be substantive help, and if they can be involved, yes, we can do that. Fine. So thank you everyone, and goodbye. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone.